Hello, Fiona Whitten from Oakville Crafts here, and welcome to another of my stamping and creatings here live on Facebook. So today I had big plans of things to share with you. Sadly, it's still stuck in customs, so I've decided that I'll actually share something different with you today. Now, I'm not normally one for Halloween and things. Kids are all grown and we don't have grandkids yet, thank goodness. Not ready for those. So Halloween's not something that's really celebrated in our household. But I've been asked to make a Halloween card. And I've been scratching my head trying to figure out what it is that I can do, because I don't actually have any Halloween stamp sets, paper or anything like that. So I've pulled out some items which I think I can use. Now let me just double check that this is actually going out live before I go any further. Let's see. And hopefully, oh, yep, it is by the looks of it. That's good. Right, okay, so without further ado, I'm going to share a card that I'm really going to make this on the fly, so it's going to be quite interesting. So I hope you enjoy it. I don't think it's going to take me that long, but I could be completely wrong. So we'll see how it goes. So as I said, I don't have any paper stamps or anything like that that has a Halloween theme. I do have cardstock, so I've pulled a few sheets of card and I've started off. So I have a piece of basic black, and I also have some gorgeous grape and some, this is, you know, why is it everything goes completely nuts? It's not Daffodil Delight, it is something else. Good grief, honestly, this is kind of crazy. And then I've also got some pumpkin pie, and I've also got blackberry bliss, but I've decided that that's actually too dark because I've already got the black, so I am not going to use that. So I am going to use these, I think, but we'll see. So I'm going to stick at the moment with a basic black card base. So it is just a straightforward piece of A4 cut in half at 14.9 and scored at 10.5 to make that. I've then cut a piece of gorgeous grape, so that's going to sit on top. And then I do have some paper which has a harvest theme, so it means it's got pumpkins on it. So I've pulled that out. The paper you'll find in the mini catalogue, and in fact actually it's the only thing from the mini catalogue that I'm using. Everything else comes from the main annual catalogue, but I'm not actually going to use this side of the paper. I am in fact going to use the stripes, and I'm going to create my own coloured paper effectively by using my Stampin' Blends. So I've grabbed some of those. So I've got pumpkin pie, I have dark blackberry bliss because there isn't a gorgeous grape, or if there is I don't have it. I've got a Daffodil Delight, and oh, you know what, I'm going nuts. So that is crushed curry, and again there's no actual Stampin' Blends for those, so I'm just going to stick with these three, and I'm just going to create my own coloured paper. So I'm not going to sit and colour everything, so I'm just going to colour all the thin stripes with the blackberry bliss. And this will go through to the back, but obviously you're just looking at that that portion, so you don't need to worry about it. So I think I've done that. Then I'm going to do some pumpkin pie. I'm actually going to use that nozzle end even. So I'm going to use that to colour some stripes. And you can go over this as much as you like to make it lighter, to make it darker. But I'm just going to do it the once because I'm using the darker colours. So it's the darker versions of each of the pens. I would use the other end, but the nib on mine has seen better days, let us say. So I do actually need to get a new one. It's one of the things about these. But hey, they're well loved, these pens. And they're alcohol markers, so you do need to be careful, because if you go too heavy into it, you can see that I've gone over the lines there. There is a pen that you can use to lighten it, but I don't normally sort of worry about it too much. I'll just leave it as it is, and it'll get hidden by whatever it is that I'm going to use. So let's see, how many of these have we got now? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe we'll do 5 of these, and then we'll do 5 or whatever's left of the Daffodil Delight. So as I said, I'm not going to colour the whole thing. I'm just going to colour these thin stripes, because I just do want to leave them as stripes. And then there's so this is the Daffodil Delight. I mean, you can alternate them. You can really do whatever it is that you want to do with these. I just decided to keep it so that it's in 3 separate bands, rather than alternate them. Right, oops. There we go. So that's my stripy paper. So that is going to go on there. Like that. So I haven't glued anything just yet. So I'm just going to put that to one side. And then I'm going to bring in my dies and my little die cutting machine. So this is the mini version of the Stampin' Cut and Emboss, and I'm going to start off by simply die cutting. So I'm going to need plate 1 and then 2 of the plate 2s for my sandwich, and I'm just going to run through. I have some scrap here rather than using other things. Now let's see, will that go through? Yep, that will go through. So I'm just going to run through with some of the layering circles. I don't want to go too mad with these. So these are my layering circle dies. I don't think I really need to go with the scallop ones. Could use the stitch shapes, but I'm actually going to emboss a few of these, so we'll probably end up losing some of the detail, so it's really probably not that much point in doing that. So I'm just going to die cut a couple in this colour. So I've got my 1, I've got 2, and then I need to put the other 2 on top and run that through. Like that. So I've got 2 circles. So I just try to keep really to sort of Halloween themed colours rather than making, as I said, images and things, because I don't, and stamping images because I just don't have any. Now that's not going to get through. I just need to make it a bit thinner. So do that. Okay, and this time I think I'm going to go for a larger one. And maybe a little one, tiny one. And then I'll do something in the third colour. And then emboss a couple of those as well. So I got to those. And then I'm going to do a couple in pumpkin pie. Let's see, what do I have? Just trying to find some of my scrap because I really want to use it up. I don't like leaving lots and lots of card around, and inevitably I'll end up with bags from classes and things. Right, so that's that one. So we've done, let's see, that one, and let's go for 3. What the heck? You can fit 3 on there, and then I can decide what it is that I want to do. So right, let's put those 3 through. Like so. So I should now have, I think it's 7 in total. Let's see, let's try and count right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, that's good. So that's 7. So those are all die cut. And then I'm going to emboss a few of them. I'm not going to do all of them. And again, I'm going to use my mini machine. But this time, because I'm embossing, and I'm going to use, it's called Stripes and Splatters, and it's a 3D embossing folder. And I thought I might use this splatter one here, just to give it some effect. So this is what they look like. So you can see it looks like sort of ink splatters. Now it's a 3D one, which means that I'm not going to be using plate 1, but I am going to be using plate 3 from memory. You know what? This is where I have to get the instructions out, because I actually haven't used this machine for the small, for the 3D embossing. Plate 4 is what I need. Okay. So it's not plate 3, it's plate 4. And again, all the plates have the instructions on. So it says insert the embossing folder hinge first. And then it tells me the actual, what I need to do. So I need to have number 1, which is the white one, which I just put to one side. And then number 4. So we're going to try this. So I'm going to do a selection of these. And the nice thing is I can actually run these through all at the same time. It doesn't really matter. So I just want to put, let's see, that's 1, 2, 3. I think I'll put that little one through, and maybe that one too. So they'll all fit on there at the same time. Oops. You just need to make sure that they stay in there. They don't go jumping out all over the place. Let's try again. Right, they're all in there now. So plate 1, and then that. So there's the hinge. So it's going to go in that way, and then I'm going to put plate 4 on top. like so. And then again, you're going to run it through the machine. There we go. So I can move that out of the way now. Looks like everything's gone for walkouts on the table here as well. So those are my embossed pieces. Now I'm going to add these to my card front, and I don't know what order. I'm not really going to put them in any particular order, she says. I mean, we could put it in the middle. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I want another? Maybe I will end up using all of it. Maybe I'll, yeah, I quite like that. So that's what we're going to have in the middle, like so. But I haven't finished yet. So I am going to bring in the Alphabet stamp set. And this is really cute because the actual letters are pretty small. In fact, those are true to size. And I've already put on my blocks. So I've put all the letters I need to spell spooky. And I've also got all the letters that I need to spell boo. And then the question is what colours do I then stamp in? So I think I might just keep to boo for the time being. And there's a coordinating punch, which is really quite tiny. So it's very sweet. And to my mind, it kind of looks a bit like a coffin. So I'm going to use that again to punch out a few black pieces that will look like coffins. Right, now I'm going to stamp boo, but I'm going to stamp it all individually. And I think initially I'm going to stamp it on white, simply because I'm not too sure how it's going to look. So if I stamp it on the white in, I'm just going to use black and see what happens. So the stamps are photopolymer. So I'm going to start with the asterisk. Now, because I'm going to punch these letters out individually, if you want to, you could just simply stamp the whole lot as one string of letters. And then you can simply then just have it as a, so if you can see, I've stamped. And now I need to punch that one out. So I've got my exclamation mark. And then I need 2 O's. I'm just going to do them individually to make sure that I've got them all in the right place. So they're designed to go down the punch. Another O. Punch that out. Now, because it is photopolymer, you could actually just punch these and then simply stamp on them. And then I need a B. Oops. And sometimes you need to kind of make sure that you've got plenty of ink on there. I haven't used these too often yet, but the more you use them, the more seasoned they become. And then you'll find that they hold the ink better. So that's that. And I think I'm going to put my boo on here. Like that. And as I said, I was going to punch out a few using some scrap black. So I'm just going to do, I don't know, 3. There we go. So we can put these on here. Don't know, maybe you want them lying that way, I don't. Stack them. Maybe we don't even need them. Maybe I won't do them. Okay, so which ones need to be stuck down? So I think I need to stick down that pumpkin pie, that crushed curry, and probably these two, and that one I might raise up on some dimensionals. So let's see how that goes. Just find my glue. Now I'm not worried about the fact that they're overlapping. I kind of like that. And if they don't go back in exactly the same place, it's not too much of an issue. So long as I don't fill the card and find that I run out of space. Let's put that one there, I think. Don't really need them in a complete straight line. Put that one over there. And then this one, as I said, I'm going to overlap it quite a bit, and I'm going to put some foam pads. I'm going to put some dimensionals under there. Nearly thought I'd lost them. Let's see, I've just got the edges left of this particular set, so I'm just going to quickly cut them up, because after all you still want to use every bit of these dimensionals. You really don't want to be wasting any of it. I'm just going to do that. I'm going to be fairly generous. I'm not usually this generous, but I want to make sure that this is going to stand up, because it's going to have some of the letters on it. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. So that's going to go there. And then, now I could keep putting foam pads under everything, but I'm not going to, simply because it's just going to add to the height, and therefore postage as it is, it will probably end up going as a large letter, just so you know. So I'm going to put that on there. Like that, and I'm going to glue that directly to the card front. Like so. Now, where's my bee? There's the bee. B, and the question is, how spaced out do we want these? we can have that coming off like that. And then the exclamation mark can be raised with some more dimensionals. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to glue this on like so, and then the next one. Luckily with the O's it doesn't matter whether it's upside down or not because it's symmetrical, which is good. And I only need to put some glue on one half of this O because the other half's going to be hanging off the edge of that circle. So we don't need to have that there. You could, if you would like, put some dimensional slightly under that edge there, just to give it some support. In fact, I might, normally it's the better idea to do that before you actually put it in there, but hey, let's see if I can get that. If you leave one side still with the backing on, don't take it off, then you can use that piece to slide under, whatever it is that you want to stick until it gets to the point where you know it's okay. Now I know that, notice that it's just a little bit too wide. So I'm just going to cut a bit off. Do that again, put that under, try not to let it stick to my fingers too much. And it doesn't matter if it doesn't stick to it, the bit underneath, you just know that it's got some extra support, and so that works. And then I'm going to put my exclamation mark there too, so I just need to cut another piece of dimensional. Put that on the back. Make sure the dot from the exclamation mark is the right way round. Like so. And then I'm going to add some black dots, I think. Some black enamel dots, which I think would finish that off quite neatly. So some matte black dots. But I don't want them to be, I want them to be random, not just, oops, there we go. So I think I'm going to put one on, let's see. I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool because it's kind of good for that. I'm going to put one kind of where those two cross over, and there. Tuck one in here, I think. I'll go there, and then maybe one up here. I'll make sure I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I need to put another one on somewhere. I think I'm going to put down here. There we go. So that's my 5 matte black dots. I am not going to use those little black coffins as such. So that's that part done. So I need to do the inside because obviously we don't like sending cards, naked cards. And you also, it's pretty difficult to write on inside of a black card. So it's far better to actually use that. So this is another piece. This is a piece of basic white that's cut so they all fit inside. And I think this time I'm going to stamp spooky. I just have to remember how to spell it, and I need to start with the Y and go back that way. Because if I know what will happen if I start here with the S, I'll run out of space and the Y will be halfway off, which is not such a good idea. And I'm not going to do it in black. I'm going to use the colours that are on the card. So I've got my gorgeous grape, I've got crushed curry. Actually, I think I'm just going to stick with those two. And start with the Y. Now this is an old pad, so it still flips, but it looks different from. If I line this up with that, then in theory, I'm just going to stamp it like so. So that's the Y, and then I want the K. Just testing my spelling now. So we're going to put the K in. And then we want the O. Now, I'm going to use the O again, but I'm just going to use this to clean it off. So then I'm going to do another O. And then we need the P, which actually is different to the B. Slightly. So you do need to be careful. So if I turn that upside down, obviously it looks more like a Q now. So I'm going to do the P. And then I want the S. So spooky. And that's going to go inside the card. And really, that's it. Kept it really simple. So I've simply coloured some black and white diagonally striped paper with my Stampin' blends in the same colours, or as near as, because there's no Gorgeous Grape. So I used Blackberry Bliss, which maybe was a little bit too dark, but they're not going to know. I know, you know, because I just announced it. But hey, so yeah, so colour the paper with your Stampin' blends. Then I simply die cut some circles in the colours and used an embossing folder to give those circles some texture. And then stamped my letters and punched them out. Now the nice thing about this stamp set is actually there are, as well as the letters, so I could have, and in fact I'll show you what it looks like. So if I stamp this piece, this one, yeah, I did put it on one. So if I stamp that in black, it just defines the letter a bit more. So then I've got a black edging going around, and then I'm going to use my Gorgeous Grape and have it do the S, because that was in Gorgeous Grape, because it's still coloured with that. Stamp that in the middle like so. And then punch it out. So you will have a white edge. And then for this particular one, you've got a black surround, and then I've used actually I think it probably goes that way. And then I've used the Gorgeous Grape ink. So you can play around with this and do all sorts of things. So because so that's the solid edging. So this one has dots, so you can have it looking like I'll show you. Just need to find that one. more like a ticket, you know, a stub that you would then sort of pull apart. So this one you could just simply just stamp a whole line of them. You could, if you were really brave, try and get the dots overlapping, but I'm not that brave and I've just managed to mess it up. Let's start again. So you would just want to like lay them next to each other, and then you could do a whole word in one go, and then just cut that out. So there's all sorts of things, and then there's so this will whatever colour you use. So if I was to use the leaves are effectively negative, as are the dots on there. You've got stars. I thought that was quite cute. Kind of made me think of a mummy to start off with. So that could be used. That's just a solid colour. If you don't have coloured cardstock, then you could just colour your card, your white in that, and then stamp over it with the letters. We've got some flowers, and then you've also got pound signs, different letters. Because this will cover the French and German alphabet as well. Got percentage sign. So there's lots of things that you could do. That was your dollar, pound, euro. So yeah. So it's a good one. So I hope you've enjoyed my Halloween, not a Halloween card. So it's a Halloween card, but made with no Halloween goodies at all. So I've kept it simple. So I'll take a photograph of this, and that will go up on Facebook later, as will the video that is recording at the moment. That will go up as soon as I've finished, and then I'll put it up on YouTube as well. Couple of housekeeping things to remind you about. So we've got October is the starter kit plus month. So instead of the usual £130 worth for £99 this month, you can choose £154. So there's some extra goodies that you can get. So your £99 gets you 154 instead of 199, and similarly the euros, it's 129 euros, and you can choose 207 euros worth of items. And I'm saying that because don't forget that Stampin' Up are now in Ireland and Belgium, and I've taken the decision to offer offer products in Ireland. So that was that. Some new kits, and one of them was one of the ones I was going to share today, but as I said, it hasn't arrived, which, well, it's one of those. There's nothing I can do about it. Hopefully it will be here tomorrow, and then I can share it another time. If not, I will just simply just do a video and put it up on the Facebook page too. So I hope you've enjoyed today. If there's anything that you would like, then please get in touch. You can go to oakvillecrafts.com and click on the shop button at the top, and that will take you to my online store. Or alternatively, you can just simply email me, which is Fiona@oakvillecrafts.com, and then I'll get back to you about payment and place the order for you. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I will be back next, next week. So next week is a card and a cuppa week. I have to take my mother to hospital because she needs to go and have an eye check. She had one Monday, but she's got a different one. Why they can't do them on the same day, I do not know, but hey. So I've got that in the afternoon when I would normally doing the virtual card and the cover. I will be at the in-person event in the morning, so don't forget your kits if you're coming along. If you want the kits for November, then there's still time to order them. And again, go on to oakfieldcrafts.com, and at the top you will see cards, classes, kits, tutorials, and just hover on there and there will be a pop down. And you can go on to the card and cover and order those. And booking for those closes, I want to say Wednesday next week on the 19th. And then what was the other thing I wanted to tell you? Oh, I have a new class in November that will be going live for booking at the weekend. So if you don't already subscribe to my newsletter, please do. We're currently doing the 12 weeks of Christmas, so you don't want to miss out on that. And again, the link is on my Facebook page and on my blog. And actually on my Facebook page, there's a QR code that you can just take a photograph of. And that will take you straight to the sign up form for the newsletter too. And I think that's enough for today. Hope you've enjoyed this, and I will see you next week. It's just not going to be at 2:30. I'll probably move it to 7:30 in the evening, because then I know for certain that I will be back from the hospital. Okay, so take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.